Happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to TRS Live. I am your host, Matt Trotz. Hey, are you having a great start to your day? I know that I am, and I'm here to save you a bunch of money right now on some cool stuff. But first, let's talk about some of the cool things that we like to here at TRS Live. So first and foremost, I am live on location here at the Real Shot. I'm looking over the sales floor. Man, it is jam-packed with all kinds of great products, and that's kind of what TRS Live was developed for, to highlight some of the great and fantastic products that the Real Shot carries, but also save you a bunch of money. So what we want to do with that is we want to talk about some of these great products, and the thing about it is right now in this world that we live in, sometimes things are here, some things are gone, so it's up to you to watch TRS Live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We go live at 9 a.m. or we re-air the show at 7 p.m. This is all Central Standard Time. Now, with some of the deals that we're going to talk about, the deals, the sales prices only last for a certain amount of time, and the inventories. We all know right now things are hard to get your hands on. So the cool thing is first and foremost, because I'm talking about it, that means we have it, but the inventory levels sometimes are here today, gone tomorrow. So for you as a viewer of TRS Live, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching this show, but you need to take advantage. If this is something that you absolutely want, you better not wait. All these products that we're talking about are available on therealshot.com, and that's REELSHOT.com. So that's where you need to go to take advantage of the deals we're talking about today and on every show of TRS Live. Now, I'm going to help you out here. What I want to do is I want to save you a bunch of money, but I also want to make this process super simple for you. So because you're purchasing all these products on therealshot.com, on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a categories tab. And I talk about this every single time when we're live on here, but I'm just going to help you out again. Scroll down, see TRS Live on the category. You smash that button. First you're going to see is a big giant calendar on our landing page. What that calendar is tells you about updating our upcoming shows with the products that we're going to be talking about, and it also talks about some of the products that we talked about in the past here. Now, you scroll up a little bit further, and then you're going to see all those products that we've talked about. The thing about it is, some of those products may be on sale yet, some of those products may not be on sale, but what it lets you know as a viewer of TRS Live is, holy man, I missed out on this deal, I better take advantage of that. And there's a certain ways, if you're, depending on how you're watching, where you can be notified. If you go to Facebook, where we air on the Real Shot Facebook page, we air on the TRS Live Facebook page. If you hit your notifications tab and you go to our Add TRS Live or the Real Shot to your favorites, and then you go in a little more in depth to your TRS Live videos, you can add that to I want to be notified for all. That'll notify you every time the Real Shot goes live. And I'm going to give you a little secret here. I think we're working on a giveaway to make that a little sweeter for you. Now, the other thing too about saving money is Fix TV is the video on demand platform that hosts all these great shows like TRS Live, The Guided Life, which my episode's coming out tonight at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Head to Head Fishing, the Jake Jacobs Show. If you are a Fix TV subscriber, it's $5.99 a month. You automatically get a $5 credit to use here on TRS Live. Plus, if you refer a friend and they sign up, you get a free month of viewing. So like I always say here, for about 99 cents a year, if you do it correctly, is all you would have to pay to enjoy all the great content on Fix TV. And that's PHYXTV.com. So check that out. If you do have any questions, you can scroll down to the bottom. There is a frequently asked questions portion of it. But again, that is my job here on TRS Live, is to notify you of some great products. Plus, I'm here to save you a bunch of money. And boy, today is an awesome show. We're talking about saving money. Right now, you need to. Gas prices are luckily coming down a little bit, but they're still pretty high for this, normal time of year. So the product that I want to talk about today on TRS Live is not only going to help you be more efficient in the woods, but it's also going to help you save a lot of money. So you know, this is a really cool product, and I know some things about it, but I really wish. Oh, hang on. Did you hear that? Was that the door? Maybe we have a guest here on TRS Live. Let's go over to the door, the TRS Live studio door, and see if somebody's here. Oh, it's Mikey's world. Come on in, buddy. Let's go. So I'm going to go behind you here, Mike. Awesome. Welcome. So if you have followed the Facebook, which I know you do, you are very familiar with Mike Williams. He is the archery buyer manager, hunting buyer manager. Plus, he also, when we go live, we do a little segment we like to call
Mikey's World.
Mikey's World. So, like I said, I have some cool knowledge on this camera product that we're going to talk about next, but I want to rely on the experts. So, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How are you today,
Good.
buddy?
So, before we get into this, I want to ask about, so archery season is quickly approaching, right?
Yeah, we're about 6 weeks out now?
6 weeks out. So now we want to urge everybody, this is the time to get your bows in and your crossbows for maintenance.
For sure, yeah.
You're actually a little behind the bell curve, but you still have time, right?
Yeah. Right now, we're probably 3 to 4 weeks out now getting strings and cables and getting them all put back together and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, the sooner the better. As we get closer to the season, we're just going to get farther and farther behind. So,
yep.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Now. I mean, that's why we're so far behind right now, because some people waited.
Yeah, it happens every year.
And it's one of those things, right? So what we're talking about is we can do the work fast. It's just like with a lot of the things we like to highlight here on TRS Live. It's getting the product in store and then getting it back in your hands. Correct. Is kind of what the hold up is. Plus, there's bows and crossbows still left in stock.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in stock yet. We'll probably do a little Facebook Live video later today for some bow specials coming up.
Oh,
preseason specials for the month of August. So
sweet. So again, that just encourages you even more to go to the realshot.com page and do that little twisty turny thing to all those notifications, so you know when we go live, and add it to our favorites page. But here's the wheel, everybody, today, right? Right now is the time. If you're driving around, you're seeing bucks with full antlers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
August, they're hardening up and they're really developing and they're looking really good. But you want to monitor that deer. You want to be successful this year. So the product that we're talking about today is the WiseEye Smart Cam. It's the Verizon variety. Now, this is not a misprint on the screen. So you can see, Mike,
Correct.
Right there. We have all that information on the screen. This is everything you're going to get for $299.99.
Yeah, it's an outstanding deal. I mean, you get the camera, the box, the solar panel, extra cord for $300.
$300.
I mean, you can't afford not to buy it at that price.
Right. So, okay, so we talked about this, Mike, right? Like, fuel is expensive, and the benefits of a cell cam is not only do you get like notified virtually instantaneously.
Correct.
But you're saving all that money going to and from.
Oh
the
yeah,
property.
you're not disturbing your area that you're planning on hunting. You can sit on your couch drinking your coffee in your underwear and look at your big buck that you got on camera. Which is pretty cool.
Is that how you like to check your trail cam pictures? Is in your underwear?
It depends on the day.
I mean, there's a lot of days that's how I check it, right?
It makes two
or
of
on
us.
the toilet or whatever it may be.
100%.
100%. So let's talk about some of the features of the WiseEye. And between Mike and I, obviously, we have a pretty good knowledge of this. But this is the camera right here, Mike. So this is the thing about it is it's a Verizon cell camera.
Correct.
So you do not have to have a Verizon cell phone plan right now.
Not at all.
You can run any other carrier for your normal cell phone, but when you operate this WiseEye camera, then that's when you go in and you create a Verizon cell plan.
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, I'm looking at it. It's pretty light. It's pretty compact. Now this is the black flash, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now the black flash, there's a ton of features of this camera. Do you want to kind of get into the basics of it first?
I think a couple of the biggest features are you get these long range antennas. They do make a different camera. It's got just a standard antenna, but you can upgrade to the long range antennas. And guys that I've talked to, literally in the woods with this camera, don't have any cell service, but this is sending pictures.
Yep. So compared to some of the other competitors running cell cameras out there, by running these dual antennas, like Mike said with the long range, you're seeing sometimes an increase of 5 to 8 times
Correct.
the cell coverage. than some of the other brands. And exactly like you said, you could be in the woods and have zero coverage, but because this thing has those 2 antennas on it, it should find coverage someplace.
Correct, 100%. Yep.
And it doesn't really matter if in your area there's not a direct Verizon cell tower.
Correct.
It would be best if there was.
Oh, yeah, it'd probably be a little bit more consistent, but I haven't heard any issues with consistency as far as jumping from tower to tower to tower or wherever you may be to get your picture sent to you and your video sent to you.
Right. Now yes. So I love how you went into it. That's one thing too. And so we want to get to that. But again, this thing is awesome, right? And as Mike mentioned, it does send videos.
Sends full 1080p videos.
Yes.
So they're not resized down to 720 or nothing like that. So
Now,
you're getting a full high def video sent to your phone or your email or wherever you're getting it sent to.
Wherever you're getting sent to. So the thing about that though is we're just going to kind of forewarn you, because that's our job here, is the video portion of it is awesome, but that's what uses most of your data.
Correct.
And that's what's going to use most of your batteries.
Yeah, 100%. That's why you get the solar panel.
Yep.
Run the solar panel with no batteries. Batteries die. You got your solar panel. You're still getting pictures. It's still taking pictures. Still sending pictures. Still sending videos.
So for me, that's one of the cool things is I was doing some homework on this and talking to Mike about it is because we're throwing in the solar panel, not only does the solar panel obviously work for the WiseEye camera, it should work with most other cameras on the market. But with the WiseEye camera, it can power the camera without any batteries in it.
Yep, which is nice. I mean, you get those cold winters or even like hot springs or something like that, and your batteries are just getting juiced because of the weather.
Yep.
So, I mean, you got a solar panel. It doesn't have to be in direct sunlight. Obviously, it's better, but I mean, get it pointed to like southish direction towards the sun, you'll be all right.
You'll be all right. And so now we talked about batteries a little bit. If you won't really need to, but if you want to also run batteries in this camera right here runs 12 AA's.
Yep.
Now, some of the brands that I run, they run the D-size batteries.
And
Which is also, this is going to be a cost effective to you, but they're a lot easier to find. There's been days where I've been going out and scrambling looking for D-size batteries because they're out.
Yeah, you're on the way to the woods, you stop at some little podunk gas station to grab something to drink. You're like, oh, I need batteries. You go and find D's and they got like 1 2-pack. Like,
right.
That doesn't help you.
That does not help me. So the fact that this camera is powered off of 12 AA's is really going to be a benefit to you. Now, like we said, if you partner this with the solar panel, you're just going to increase that efficiency on it, and it's just going to give you a whole lot better time in the woods. That's also, like Mike said, that's less disturbance, and that's less chance you're going to bump your biggest deer out of the woods.
I mean, you're not leaving any scent anywhere. You're not walking through the woods. I mean, walking through the woods looking for your cameras and stuff, you're kind of going on a beeline going, this is where I need to go, you know? So you're not really paying attention to your surroundings. You're just walking in to get your camera, check your cards and stuff. So you're not really paying attention to your surroundings. Like you said, you may bump on Big Boy Lane there, you know?
And there's a lot more features to this camera, but now like what we were just saying about, right? Like, where is my camera? I swear I put it over here. I swear I put it over there. If you don't mark that on your phone, sometimes that's a game in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Where the heck did I put my camera?
Like, well, especially a small profile camouflage. Yeah, good luck trying to find that.
Yeah. The other thing, so what WiseEye realized is that could be an issue, so they have built-in GPS.
Built-in GPS. So, I mean, through the app and through the website, you can actually look and see right on a map where it is.
Yeah, and so we got some of this is the website here for WiseEye up there. Again, they have a lot of information, so does TRS, therealshot.com as well. But the biggest thing about that is finding your camera. But if somebody steals this sucker,
I go right to your front door and go, hey, dude, hey, man, you got my camera?
Hey, man.
You got one like these in your house right now?
Right. Well, no, I don't have it. Well, let me tell you this. 2 things tell me you have my camera. First of all, the GPS tells me you have my camera.
Correct.
And this picture that it took of you stealing my camera
taking it off.
tells me that you have my camera.
Exactly it, right?
So do me a favor, buddy, before we get the police involved.
Yep.
Let's
just give it back.
Let's be smart about it. And, you know, speaking of that, too, like, really, the $299 for everything you feel right here, I kind of feel guilty. Like, I feel like we're stealing that.
I think, yeah.
Oh! I didn't do it.
Wasn't me.
I didn't do it.
Wasn't me. Sorry.
Assume the position.
Assume the position.
But it is, everybody. Like, we're talking about the WiseEye camera here. $299. That's virtually what the camera
That's
is.
what the camera costs, $299. But we're giving you all this.
All these
All
good
this
things.
for $299.
So, okay, so some more of the benefits, right? So it runs off a standard SD card. So like they recommend like something that's 32 gig.
32 gig, yeah.
Because, you know, you're still going to have some of the pictures stored on the SD card, then it's
Yep.
going to send you. But the cool thing about the WiseEye is compared to some other brands out there too, like the picture that it sends to you is high resolution.
100, yeah.
So like some of the other brands out there, wow, that picture's great. It's a little grainy, and if I blow it up, it gets even worse.
Yeah, I mean, the pictures are better than some of the security cameras you see at banks.
Yep.
Yeah, you see them all over Facebook. Have you seen this guy? Yeah, it's a face with 4 pixels.
It looks like every other person.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's the nice thing because like the picture that it's sending you is so high resolution that you don't have to go to the camera itself
Correct.
to go pull the SD card to get the true picture.
Correct.
It's right here. It's sending it to you, whether you, like Mike said, you got it on the app or you send it on your email or text or whatever the heck
Yep.
it is. Now, let's talk about some more of the features of this WiseEye camera. So the thing that I thought was totally interesting is it does species recognition.
Game recognition, yeah. They does like white-tailed deer, turkeys, and I think pigs, hogs right now.
And then they have an other category.
Yeah, another category, which you'll get your raccoons and people and turkey or whatever. But I know the guy was working on a firmware update for people recognition and vehicles. So if you're using it like on a driveway, going into your property or something, you can get license plate numbers, vehicles, and it actually dumps those pictures to certain folders.
Certain folders that have those names on it.
Correct, which is nice because like, you know it is. Sometimes you're not paying attention for a couple weeks. All of a sudden you look and you're going, man, I got 9,000 pictures. And you're trying to find your big buck and you're trying to scroll through all your 9,000 pictures. Here you're going to each folder and going, hey, look, here's my deer folder, here's my turkey folder. And you can pull them up and there they are.
And it does all that for you. So that's not something you have to set up on your own to get the pictures to go there. That's part of that. What is the technology? A hunt control?
A game recognition, I guess the software is called some game recognition software or something like that.
But the app for the camera is called
Hunt Control, correct, yeah.
So, I mean, not only is it going to tell, okay, like this is, and I believe if you tag certain pictures of it.
We can get into that.
All right,
we can get into
am
that.
I jumping the gun here?
No, but you can tag certain pictures, which is nice. So, I mean, you got your big buck. We're going to call him Timmy or something.
Timmy.
You can, every
Timmy.
picture you tag him in, it goes back to the graphs we'll get to and the information this camera stores.
Yep. So, I mean, again, everybody, for $299, not only are you getting everything that you absolutely need, besides batteries, right? But if you have the solar panel, you don't need the batteries. So right now, like at the deal you're going to get on therealshot.com, you can take this camera and literally go put it out and be ready to roll this weekend.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
You know, you do maybe a little express shipping because we're saving you so much money, and we're exactly how much money are we saving?
I think $115 or something.
$115 is what you're saving. This normal kit, if you were going to come into the Real Shot or you're going to shop on therealshot.com, would cost you over $400. $415.
Like $415 and change or something like that.
Yeah, $414, somewhere around there. But either way, so basically $415 is what everything would cost you right here. You're getting everything you see right here for $299. That is absolutely amazing.
That just blows my mind.
It does blow my mind. Like, it's just like, and you know what, Aaron? Like, I almost feel that this deal is so good that we should probably coin this one the TRS Real Deal of the Day. There it is.
There it is.
It's so hot, everybody.
Blazing. Feel that.
Yeah,
get some marshmallows over there.
Ooh. Hey, because this camera helped me locate some deer, we could have venison backstraps next time.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. So, speaking of venison backstraps, we kind of hit on it a little bit, right? Yep. Tagging your deer, Timmy, right?
Yep.
Or I know, like, okay, there's my strutter, my big tom, or maybe I'm hunting that trophy raccoon of a lifetime.
Exactly.
But now the cool thing about the technology that's built into this camera, this will help you pattern that critter.
Correct, 100%. You're done with the days of keeping a logbook. You know, your time and temp, wind direction, barometer, moon phase. You know, I know 100 guys that got literally stacks of logbooks over the years and stuff. This guy right here does it all for you.
Does it all for you.
It shows you on the bottom of the picture, obviously, you know, the moon phase and temperature and all that kind of stuff. But it stores everything, and you can actually pull up basically like charts based on wind direction, temperature, moon phase and stuff. So you got this big buck, Timmy. You got them tagged in a bunch of pictures. You can actually go to the website or the app, and you can sort your pictures and data by Timmy.
By Timmy.
So you can say, hey, he's coming by. He's only coming past this camera on days with a northwest wind, but he's gone on a south wind.
So can you tell now? When we first started bringing this camera in, the creator or whoever it was told you a story about what this camera really told him.
Yeah,
about the wind direction.
Yeah,
is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, one of my reps, he's got some property in northern Michigan, and again, he had some other cameras up, zero service. These long range antennas, you got service everywhere on the property,
and even in northern Michigan, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and they shot some decent bucks up there, over the years and stuff, running your normal cameras and writing everything down. But you're not, some of the stuff you forget, you're not paying attention to wind direction usually or something like that. And then,
what was the barometer?
And then again, you're looking at a picture from Thursday, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Now you're going on your phone trying to figure out the wind direction from that day. Again, this is all stored. They had a bunch of these cameras up, and he noticed that on certain wind direction days, there was like no deer on his property. He said it was weird. He goes, here I am, wasting all my time on a beautiful October day with like a northwest wind.
Right.
And it was like I could be sitting home watching football, drinking beers.
In his underwear.
In his underwear, exactly.
Checking his trail camera. But what it did is it no intrusion, but it helped him pattern the deer, letting him know, like, listen, I have all these stands set up for the northwest wind.
Yeah.
That's the predominant wind in the fall, depending on where you live, but pretty much everywhere, right? Is a north or a northwest wind, right? And usually that ushers in some cold fronts. But he was wasting all that time setting on what he thought was the beautiful day.
Prime days.
The right day, the right wind. And for him to find out that he was wasting his time, because if he would have hunted on a south wind, he would have seen the deer.
Yeah.
And now he can move that stand, move that
Correct.
ground blind in favor of that wind direction.
Yeah, he said the first year they put these cameras up, they killed 4 of their 5 target bucks in the first 2 weeks of the season.
And it was not all because, but a big portion.
A big part of it, because it kept that data that he didn't have previously. Like I said, you're not, some of the stuff you're not paying attention to, or you're looking at pictures that are 3 weeks old or something like that.
Now think about this too for the weekend warrior, right? Like part of my job here is, big part of my job is to save you money, but it's also to make you more efficient with some of these products and highlight the efficiencies of this. For you who have limited vacation time, and you have data backlogged from a couple different years that's at the ready, right on your phone, right on your app. Now all of a sudden you're like, my best day may not be November 7th through the 10th.
Correct.
Maybe my best day in my woods is October 15th through the 20th.
Right.
Now I know that I'm not going to waste everybody loves hunting a rut.
Oh, yeah.
But we all want to have a crack at that big deer.
Exactly. And what's cool about this, how this camera does it too, is as far as storing the data that it collects and stuff like that. You can check it by camera, you can check it by whatever take pictures you have. And then it's linked up with the weather apps and stuff like that. So you literally go to the website or the app, and based on your deer pictures, the movement that it's collecting, you can actually see different days that it suggests the hunt based on the pictures it's taken, the time it's taken, the weather conditions that the pictures are taken on. So you can look at 7 days out and go, man, I got some crappy weather on Monday, Tuesday, but it looks like based on the camera data and the weather coming up, Wednesday, Thursday might be my 2 best days of the week.
Correct.
So no sense hunting Monday or Tuesday you can if you want. If you want to waste
go
time,
for it. Go for it.
Go spend your $5 a gallon of gas driving 3 hours. When I can just sit home on my underwatch TV and wait till Wednesday to hunt.
Yep. And obviously that's one of the things that I feel like the savings that we're offering to you is also going to help you in the fuel tank right now.
Oh, 100%.
$299 for everything is going to save you a lot more than just $115.
Correct. Yeah. Like I said, you're not driving to the woods. You're not driving wherever. Stopping at the gas station, grabbing some beverages and snacks and stuff.
Right.
And yeah. So like I said, it's all at your fingertips.
Well, and the one thing could be asked is how much would you spend to be successful? You know what I'm saying?
As much as I have to.
As much as I have to. But the thing about it is this camera is going to help it. Here's the deal, Mike. It's going to be so much easier to go to my wife and be like, hey, listen, honey, for $300, I'm getting everything I need. But that means that potentially I could spend more time with you because I know that I don't need to be in the woods these days.
Oh, God.
Did
you really just say that?
Would you say?
Did you really just say that on live TV? You're going to tell wives he's lying. I'm telling all the wives right now he's lying. You need to run up. You got to reposition. I got to reposition cameras. I got to move stand. What are you trying to do to these guys, man?
I don't know.
You're killing these guys.
I'm here to educate. That's all I'm here to do, my man. But I mean, seriously though, it's so awesome. Now, hey, hunt control. Now, let's continue to talk about that because a lot of people are stoked for the opportunity to pattern your deer, have all the accessibility right here. Now, say you purchase the WiseEye, because I'm not going to lie to you, everybody. Like, we have like 4 or 5 of these packages.
That's all I got. Yeah,
that is absolutely it. Now, the one thing about it is you do need a cell plan for every camera.
For each camera, yeah.
And it's a Verizon cell plan, and I think the basic plan or the most expensive plan is like $15 or something like that.
Yeah, I think the first camera you set up is like $15, and each additional camera on that plan is like 10 or something.
$10, like $9.99 or something like that.
But if you prepay for the full year, I think it comes out to like 2 months free or 3 months free.
Oh, really?
Kind of how it gets broken down. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's kind of just to educate you. But like that hunt control, let's say you're the lucky person and you buy whatever we have left on therealshot.com. But you're like, hey, but Matt, like I'm running this app. I absolutely love this camera, but I still have some of my X brand still out in the woods. Hunt control not only works with the WiseEye products, but you can also use that other brand camera and enter it into hunt control to help you do that other planning as well.
Correct. Yep.
So that's another extreme benefit to obviously the WiseEye and that hunt control app as well. And like what I was seeing here as I was going through my notes, WiseEye was the first company in the outdoor market to introduce that species recognition.
Yeah, it started out down south. My rep was telling me down south, the big hog control down south. They were put these on. They sell these big giant game feeders too and stuff, automated game feeders, and they were setting them up to only feed at certain times, and then only feed certain species at certain times. So they could actually train these pigs to come in from like 11 to 12 o'clock.
Yep.
You know, and with the cameras hooked up with the feeders, it was only feeding pigs, wasn't feeding deer. So you could basically train these pigs to come in certain times, and then do what they need to do to get rid of them.
Right. So with the feeder technology and the cameras,
technology,
streamlined it, dude. I wish. Never mind. Let's not talk about that. But here, I want to talk about. So obviously the solar panel. We did talk about the fact that this could work with other cameras as well, but it's really meant for the WiseEye product. Now let's talk about. We talked about theft control. We have the GPS built right in, but take it to another level because you get it in the package here. Can you talk about the security box?
Security box. I mean, you got to have it. I mean, especially northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, bears and stuff. I mean, how many guys you know have got pictures of bears like right up on their camera, tearing them up, and next thing
I just thought I saw a bear there, big gray bear.
I mean, bears are they're just inquisitive animals. They want to look at stuff and tear stuff up. Raccoons getting at cameras, chewing up cords, chipmunks, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's I'm glad you brought that up because that's why when we built this package, we're like, okay, what is one thing that you're probably going to want extra of, and that's that cord.
Cord all day.
All day.
Stupid little squirrels and chipmunks. I mean, what makes them want to chew on that? You know what I mean? It's just hanging out on a tree.
It's probably the fact that you had a chicken wing on your way out.
Yeah, probably.
But no, it is a true point. Like, now let's see you figure that out. Aaron's technology there. But
right.
I mean, that is kind of a necessity, right? So you get one with this, but why not have a backup?
Have a backup, have it in your pack with you all the time.
Yep. Now the cool thing too is like WiseEye, they have a couple of other things that we're not including in this package, but are also available. Like you could also power this camera off a 12-volt battery.
Correct.
They have alligator clips on there. You plug it right into the bottom, and you can power that. I think so if you have like a battery at home, a 12-volt battery, you could go to the WiseEye website. You could get that adapter. Do we carry that adapter?
I think I did, but I may be out of them. But I'm not positive.
Okay, well, either way. So if that's something you're interested in, the thing about it is now I have a big 12-volt battery at the bottom of my my tree stand or whatever, or my base of my tree. Not the end of the world, but you know what? That's going to help the longevity of this camera.
Correct,
the solar
100%.
panel Helps immensely. Backup batteries with it in there, but
Yep.
even the fact that you're running off at 12
12
volt
volt,
is pretty
I mean,
awesome.
12 volt would be great for like a security purpose, you know, like on a side of a barn or a shed up north or something like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just running all year round, you know.
And this is too for like we're talking a lot about hunting, but I think one thing that maybe people don't think about with this self camera stuff is that
security, especially with the quality picture you're getting in video.
Yep.
You know, like we were talking about, you see it all over social media. Have you seen this guy? You were like, yeah, it looks like a cartoon character or a little video game guy off Pitfall. You know,
Yep.
like 7 pixels running down the field. You know what I mean? 1080p pictures, video sent to you. I mean, if you can't pick somebody out with 1080p, unless he's got a giant mask covering his whole face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and because you can set the camera to send you the pictures like right now or whatever, like if that person is still around your property, now you just get on the phone and you dial them up and you can bring up the police sensors like we just showed you before, or the police lights. And be like, hey,
Yep.
come get them, you know what I'm saying? But like, because I'm thinking about this is I have some security cameras set up at my house, but they run off my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And if I have terrible Wi-Fi, which I do where I live, like now my cameras don't work as efficiently. Because this has the long range antennas on it, it's pretty inconspicuous. And for security purposes, I would recommend getting it up.
Get it higher up, yeah. I mean, you get up like 7, 8, 9 feet or something, pointing down whatever direction you need it. Get it up out of vision, so to speak.
Yep. And it's
perpetrators.
So it's a true 12 megapixel image sensor as well.
Yeah, so it's not extrapolating it and reformatting it to send it to you.
Yep. And the other thing too is so like, you know, again, when you're doing your homework on this stuff, right? A lot of people want to know about trigger speed. That's a big thing. I don't want to get tail or a butt pictures on my trail camera, or I don't want to just get a nose as it hits there. Now this one has a pretty fair trigger speed. It's about 3.5 of a second, right?
Yeah, 0.35, yeah, which is, I mean, it's not lightning fast, but it's not slow either.
Yep.
I mean, 0.35, I mean, if you got your camera set up right, you're not like literally right on top of animals where they're working, you'll get quality pictures all day with it.
And the thing about that, like Mike said, is like setting it up correctly is the big thing. But now, like, you know, say you have it set on a trail. Maybe you're like live in Wisconsin and you can't put bait out or mineral out, which is, don't get me started. But anyways, like, you know, say you have it set on a trail and that deer is walking at the camera with the burst mode, that one of the modes that you can set this thing to, you can get a picture of it here, you can get a picture of it here, and you can get another picture of it here.
So literally, it's basically, if you can't get a quality picture off of it, of the game you're chasing, it's more likely operator error, not camera error.
Yep. And what I found too is for the best pictures, and it sounds silly to some people, but wasted knee height.
Yep.
That's because
100%.
you're like, what do you mean that's too low? I mean, but a deer is only 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so depending on your height.
Except for those monsters, you know, those 500 pound, you know, 300, 400, 500 pound deer, you know, these guys are shooting
those are
every
around
year.
a lot. I've seen a lot of those.
Exactly it.
But it also does. So we talked about burst mode, where it could send you 2 to 5 pictures in one clip. Also does time lapse. So if you wanted to monitor a food plot at, you know, just before dark or just after first light, something like that, this camera has that options. And then the other thing too that we talked about is it's the only cell camera that I'm aware of that can send you video.
Send you the high quality video.
High quality video.
The 1080p. And the videos are, they're legit crystal clear video.
Right.
You know, I mean, you're sitting over a food plot or maybe a spot you can bait on.
Well,
I mean, it's like watching it. It's like watching it live. Like looking at it, going, man, I'm looking out the window looking at them.
Some of the best pictures and videos I've seen is when Mark has set his cameras up over scrapes.
Yeah.
And you got the deer up on their back legs, pawing. You got the, you know, the thrashing the licking branch, digging the dirt as deep as they can possibly dig it. Like this thing would be an awesome camera to have over a scrape, and that's one of my favorite times of the year. And now if I can pattern a deer around what time he's going to potentially hit that
what
scrape.
time, what days, what weather conditions, wind direction, is he hitting that scrape on days with just like a south wind only or a west wind only, you know?
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about this too. Like, okay, so like we're saving you a bunch of money, right? $299 for this whole entire kit. Now, one thing that the Real Shot just started carrying is saddles.
Yeah.
Now, with the saddles that we carry, the trophy line saddles that we carry, and we have to do a live video on that.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Think about this. Okay, I have the deer pattern on the right wind, but now all of a sudden my tree stand is on the wrong side. And now instead of going in there and taking that stand down and moving it, with this technology that we're saving you money on, you get a saddle, you pop around the other side of that trail,
Yep.
You get a quartering wind or whatever, the right wind in your favor, and you're doing it with the efficiency of a saddle versus having to go in, break down your tree stand,
correct.
Go in on this. To me, this is like the ultimate setup for that run and gun hunter.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, with the saddle, you're not worried about, like I said, trying to find that perfect tree to hunt this area. You're going, I can hunt that tree because I can sit on the back side of it. I can sit on that side.
Yep.
You're not trying to find the exact perfect tree to put your stand up in.
And the cool thing too, I mean, we're going out of a tangent on the saddles, is you don't have to get that high.
No.
You know, the thing about hunting out of a tree stand effectively is getting hidden.
Out of vision.
Out of vision. Sometimes that may be only 6 foot.
Yeah.
I had a pine tree once that was in the perfect location, and I could only get 8 foot up in that tree because of all the pine branches without cutting a nest into that tree.
Oh yeah.
8 foot was about the perfect height. But when I got up there, like there was no way anything was seeing me.
Right.
And that's what that saddle is going to help with, in partner with the WiseEye Smart Cam from Verizon.
I know a couple guys that run and gun hunt, and they barely hunt over 8 feet.
Right. You don't need to.
They're like 6 to 8 feet max.
Yeah, get the wind in your favor, and you should be ready to roll. But
Correct.
again, everybody, it's $299. You get everything you see here. So it's a Verizon camera, right? It has a dual antenna, the long range antennas. The other thing too, Mike, is this does a 100-foot IR flash.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty. That's
insanity.
That's pretty. That's out there.
Yeah,
that's out there.
Yeah, that's like from here about 100 foot that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, probably 100 foot. Yeah, right that direction, 100 foot.
It could be about 100 foot depending on, but I mean, so 100 foot IR flash. We talked about the long range sensors. It talks about the fact that this camera on its own is going to help pattern deer for you, and it's the security. We talked about the built-in GPS.
Yeah.
That's going to help you locate your camera if you forget where the heck you put it one day, or maybe you lose your subscription to Onyx or something like that. You have it right here. And the other thing too is it's going to help deter theft right there, because you can put a big sign right above it. This thing's got GPS. Man. I dare you. I dare you to take it.
Yep.
Just don't break it.
Yeah, please.
Just don't break it. Take it, but don't break it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this is an awesome deal. $299.99. We talked about the normal retail price on everything you see right here, which includes the security box, which includes the solar panel, and like Mike said, the extra cord. Normally, this would all cost you $415. That's $115 roughly of savings at therealshot.com. This is an awesome plan, and now is the time to get that sucker out.
Oh yeah, right now. If you're getting it out now, you're probably a little late, but I mean, you still got 6 weeks of data and you can collect on your animals out there.
Well, and I look, if you're keeping down intrusion, a lot of people are getting ready. They're planting fall plots like right now. Depending on where you live.
Yeah.
If you're going in and making that any kind of intrusion, then put the camera up right away, and then you're one and done.
One and done.
And you don't have to go back in there until the camera tells you to go back in.
Again, it's about being efficient. That's the biggest thing. I mean, everyone's busy. Obviously, you got your days off. You want to spend your time in the woods, but at the same time, if my day,
you'd rather spend it with your wife. Good thing your wife's
right, exactly, right. But like I said, I mean, everyone wants to be in the woods, but I mean, look at the data on the camera. Outside of the rut, deer are pretty consistent in what they do from day to day. So I mean, you look at your camera, look at your pictures, and you're going, man, based on what my camera's showing me over the last 6 weeks, there's no need for me to hunt tomorrow.
No.
But you guys, I mean, you got guys that will go in there, and that's how deer get off their patterns. Guys are hunting the wrong times and basically messing it up for themselves. You know what I mean? Yep.
So this camera is going to help, like Mike said, save you a bunch of time, save you a bunch of money. And at $299 for everything you see right here, I mean, that's $115 worth of savings. That is totally worth it.
That's a half a tank of gas right there.
Now, the last thing I'm going to remind you of before we kind of wrap this one up is there is only a select few of these packages available.
Yeah.
And it's only available at therealshot.com. So if this is something that you are truly interested in, don't think. Just buy. Just buy. Ask for forgiveness later.
Smash that button.
Smash it. Add it to your cart. All the information is on your screen right now where you can find it. Again, it's on the TRS Live category tab. Otherwise, ANCPB is what you have to enter into the search tab on therealshot.com. It'll bring you right towards this package.
Right to the package, you're correct.
And then because we're saving you $115, you might as well buy 2. Might as well buy 3.
Might as well buy 3. I mean, you buy 3, it's basically like getting a free one.
You're getting a free one. Buy 3, get 1 free is kind of what it should be. But not really. But anyways,
Close enough.
yeah. So again, everybody, check it out, the WiseEye smart camera. And again, this is one too that I would like to get your testimonials on it. Whether you run the WiseEye stuff now and you absolutely love it, let us know on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let us know your testimonials, or if you purchase this camera setup from us and you have great success with it, maybe it helps you. Maybe it doesn't help you shoot a 180 incher, but maybe it helps you shoot your best deer.
Yeah.
Let us know.
That's what it's
Share that
about.
to our social
That's what
media
it's about.
pages. That's The Real Shot on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is where you're probably watching this show. You could also share it to TRS Live on Facebook and Instagram. And then don't forget about the Fixed TV platform. Now, it's fresh in the month of August. You probably still maybe have a $5 credit available. Now you throw that towards this package, and now this got even cheaper yet. To me, everybody, it's one of those things, and I say it a lot, it's a no-brainer. It's one that you better take advantage of.
I feel like I'm being robbed right now.
Yeah, you tried to get them to bring up the flashing lights. So, all right, everybody, this is a great deal. First of all, Mike, thanks so much for joining me
Hey,
today.
thanks for having me.
Watch on the Real Shot Facebook page for more of our little fun things called Mikey's World. We do that live from the archery counter, and we're probably going to do one a little later today.
Yeah, probably later today. We have to do one later today.
We got to do one later today. So, like I always say, everybody, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Boom.